And hello and welcome to another episode of Welsh Chess Chats. I'm Feeling Master Jonathan Blackburn, and I'm joined by Candidate Master Alex Bullen. How are you, Alex, today?
Hi, John. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. And, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really excited, actually. I even told on a Thursday, I always do two clubs. I have a primary school club, and then I do an evening junior club as well. And at both of them, I started off with, I'm playing chess this weekend. And told them what was going on. And they looked at me like they just didn't care at all, as kids do. But the thing is, you can tell children anything. And if you give it enough pizzazz, they're like, oh, wow, this is amazing. But some of them, it doesn't work. But I mean, some of them were like excited and wanted to know more and things. But yeah, I've been in quite an excitable state actually all week.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear some people still have passion.
Yeah, although I do realise I've kind of given away that I might be selected for the 4NCL team this weekend by saying that. I hope that's okay.
So all you Cambridge Uni 2 people who are watching, then, I'm sure all three viewers are from rival 4NCL.
Yeah, they must be from rival 4NCL teams. Obviously, that's why they're watching. It's the only reason why we won't actually get viewers actually watching this for Welsh chess. Which surely that wouldn't happen. Yeah, no, pretty good for that. About yourself, anything happening in your week? Exciting?
Not so much. I mean, like, the weekend just gone was the first weekend since the first one in January. I've not played chess, so it was like nice to have some free time, but also like I feel like it broke the rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a weird one. I mean, I've got weekend-wise, because I'm doing that 2-hour training session for the Welsh adults. I am doing like chess every weekend, but apart from 4NCL, I haven't actually got anything else planned. So it's yeah, I'm really looking forward to the 4NCL. It's like my only opportunity to train before the Welsh. Yeah, so I've got the March weekend. I've got local league, a couple of local league games maybe, but the strength isn't really that strong there. So it's a huge training for me. I hope you're okay with me using the 4NCL as training.
It depends, because if you don't do well, you won't get for March, right? So you'll have 2 less training games. So you have to do well in these ones, and then you can practice.
Pressure's on. Okay, well, what we're going to do, obviously, we're going to have a look at the Welsh Chess Union calendar and ratings. I think we'll maybe have a good look at the ratings because I don't think they were working last week, and I think they've only just come working recently. So good to see that on there. Welsh players in action this weekend. There's been a lot of tournaments that have just happened, right? Like a lot of rapid plays, congresses as well. So I thought we'd just have a click around the congresses like via chess results. See if we can see any Welsh chess players and how they've done. I'm pretty sure I saw some in the rapid play playing in there. Welsh chess juniors have been playing online in the European League. We might as well have a look at the results and just see where they're up to in that. I was hoping that you and Johan would have some local league games. I mean, first of all, we're missing Johan, so God knows where he is. But I don't know if you've got anything exciting from your local games. But I could also maybe put in here, like, as well, that's one thing that I've forgotten. We've got Title Tuesday as well. Because we all played, didn't we? We all played some games.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah, I don't know if I class my games as proper games. I'll show you maybe the first one and just show you how horrible it is to lose.
If it means you don't have to show anything, then all the better, John, because I'd rather get a Title Tuesday, to be honest. It was dreadful.
Well, mine was dreadful. I got half out of 4. And I was winning, and okay, I stopped then. I was about to fall asleep, I think. Too late for me. But I was actually not playing too badly. But you just, when you're out of form and you can't move quick, it just goes from, you just play horrifically, don't you? Really, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you can't move quickly, then you just lose. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the chat. I've completely missed that the chat's been on. Hello, a few chat messages. Will we be participating in the Hans Hotel Challenge this year, this 2024? Well, if Alex allows me to stay at his apartment for the Welsh Chess Championships, then yes, I definitely will be. That would be fantastic if we could do that. Okay. Johan is having PC problems as usual, or what we call not turn up because he can't be bothered. Probably the latter, I should imagine. Although he hasn't replied on the Facebook group, Alex, has he? So
It's the latter, but he'll join or not join, and it will be the former the way he tells it, right?
Yeah, and
full well he's probably got some state-of-the-art laptop that's really, really good.
Yeah,
but he goes, "Oh, my really old laptop that doesn't work properly." Like,
yeah, it's probably like a week old or something like that, and therefore it doesn't work. And when he joins, we won't be able to hear him properly. He'll probably start freezing or something. So,
and then you're freezing because he's joined. Like,
yeah,
you'll cause all the problems.
Yeah, typical old man. We can't get the stream to work properly. Okay, well, let's start having a look at some things then as well, because we've got the Welsh Chess Union website to have a look at. Make sure we're looking at the calendar, just to keep people up to date with events that are coming up, which I think is quite important. I believe that we had so that's gone. We know that that's gone. So 17th and 18th. Obviously, this weekend we've got the Foreign CL, which is obviously not on there because it's in England. But the weekend after, you've got the Welsh Spring Open. Let's just have a quick look at the entrance in this. So where's it taking place? Is it Bridgend again? Oh no, Cardiff North.
Cardiff.
Do they alternate basically between Cardiff North and Bridgend? Is that pretty much the routine?
I think the ones where they have over 2 days tend to be here. I think they only have 1 a year in Bridgend. It's always the January one.
Okay.
And then there's obviously the Newport one, which is new. But yeah, this seems the default, which is fine by me.
Well, if you want to enter, it's going to be £40 now because it's past February the 3rd. And so therefore that's how much it is. And it incorporates the Welsh Under-16 Championship within the Open, I'm guessing. And the Under-13 and Under-11 are separate events. But the entrance so far, let's have a look how they're doing. Hopefully better than that. Oh, was Jose in it last week?
No, he wasn't.
He was not. Oh, excellent. Now, I think that he's playing in this deliberately for prep for the Welsh Championships, don't you?
Well, probably. I'm a bit upset. You've just got really excited Jose entered. What about Alex Bullen? Forget Jose.
I already knew about you. Did I already know about you?
No, I only entered because Jose entered.
You only entered because Jose entered?
Well, I was like thinking about it, and I was like, I don't really like the look of this entry list. It's just like, I don't want to be top seed, right? You want some other people. And Jose entered, and I thought, oh, well, if he's brave enough, I'll be brave enough. So,
but that's it, isn't it? You know, I was saying this to somebody else the other week. Like, if you look at the Welsh Championships, maybe, I don't know, I want to say 10 years ago, I wasn't playing in it because not where I'd be top seed, but maybe second or third seed. And it'd just be a load of people 200 rated points lower than you, and it just wasn't really worth it. Whereas now we've got players like Jose coming over. Hopefully Greg maybe looks at this and thinks, do you know what? I fancy that. And maybe he enters on top of that. You got yourself, Tom Brown's obviously up there. And okay, you got some really dangerous players here, there, Alex.
Yeah, for sure. But this is what makes it worthwhile, right? It's like, if Jose wasn't there, you're just playing dangerous players and there's no reward at the end of it. Now I know, like, you've got to get through a hell of a lot of good players to get there. But if I can survive 3-4 rounds, the reward is having a crack at Jose. Yeah, and that's worth it because it's just impossible to play people at his level.
Yeah, well, if we get the Foreign CL team promoted, then maybe it will be. But that's a next season, if anything. Okay. Say lots of dangerous players in this as well. You go all the way down. Bob Hearn is fantastic as well too. But it's good to see some juniors in here too. This is, again, I guess they'll be for the Under-16 Championship. So I believe, I know that Emma's a junior, Ruben, Govind, Adam, possibly Ethan is as well. Maybe some of the others are too, but I can't see many others higher than that for Under-16 anyway. But looks like that'll be contested. And then the Under-13 and Under-11 Championships.
Under-11 is pretty good, actually, right? To have 9. It's not amazing, but I know that some of the junior events have had sort of 3 or 4 entrants. So to have it where it's not an all-play-all is already, I think.
Well, we've still got a bit of time to go as well. We've still got a week to go, haven't we? So hopefully the Under-11 really fills out, because that's a great opportunity for quite a lot of games, to be honest. And actually, some of these players are actually going to be meeting each other on a regular basis, but also on the same team. I've heard of the top 4 names there. In fact, they're going to be meeting each other again and again and again, and playing each other. And it's an opportunity for some of these players who I've not seen before, not heard of, for them to maybe get the result against some more established players with ratings. And yeah, they should be entering into that. That's fantastic. I think of the under 13. I think that's kind of almost like a kind of like a COVID kind of cohort, if you know what I mean by that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. So they'd have been around the 9-10 age when we had lockdowns.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the time when you start to get into it, especially over the board. They might have got into it online, but maybe not transferred. So that's probably why this age group and maybe as well the under 16s as well is a little short on numbers for the COVID reason. Whereas these guys under 11, they're all kind of basically starting out now, aren't they, and going through with it. So, okay, well, good entrance there. Hopefully to see them pick up. Obviously, we'd love to see some more entrance there, and great to see Jose playing as well. And obviously that's the impact of having a strong player in. You've got Alex now in. So Tom Brown top seed before? Before this all happened, he must have been, mustn't he? So he's thinking, oh, what's happened? And this is great. So yeah, please get into that. Would be really good. Okay, let's just move on. So March comes in. We've got a team blitz, the junior team blitz coming up. Oh, hang on, team blitz. There's info. Is there an entrance? Oh, we can't see the entrance.
Yeah, there's registration.
Oh, registrations. Okay.
Just a fancy word.
So it's basically one team at the moment. Oh, that's a shame.
Is it in Cardiff? Where are they holding that? I didn't see.
Let's go back. So David, Christian, and Lucas have got a team together. So it's in Bridgend. Yeah, I mean, hopefully some more children kind of get together. That's a great. I mean, when it's it's 11 rounds. Team blitz. Is it individual then, and then the top? They just add all your scores together, or do you play as a team?
Who knows? I mean, I think if it was a Swiss 11 rounds, would be a bit ambitious.
Yeah,
I guess my challenge is because it's the day before WCPL. Why isn't it just a team blitz? Why is it just for juniors? I mean, the junior events are historically pretty badly supported. Like we could fill a room with adults. Team blitz, we'd have.
I mean, it'd be a great laugh, actually. That would, wouldn't it?
We'd have people fighting to get in teams.
Maybe they should just put an extra thing. So rather than get rid of the junior team blitz, which might have attracted some juniors, maybe they haven't entered yet or haven't shown, just add on an open team blitz, shall we say? People would love that. That would be a load of fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
So, I mean, the blitz usually has good entry anyway, compared to some of the other events. So I think if you put a team spin in it, it'd be more into that.
We've got quite a good comment here from Altold1, who is very active in the chat today. Thank you. Yeah, we picked this up before about the junior events. They seem to happen every couple of months or so. I think the thing is that I think they've got extra days when they book the venues, perhaps at the weekends. So they should use it, or they attach it onto other events. So therefore, they don't have to have their own standalone event. But I think we are all in agreement that it should all be every single age group should technically, or even in two separate days, maybe have all the even age groups one day, all the odd age groups another day, all on one weekend for the junior events. That would be the perfect scenario. But I think because of maybe a lack of entrance from the COVID times, perhaps it's not gone quite like that, and they've kind of got into this thing where they're all spread out. And yeah, it's not ideal, but it is what it is at the moment. Hopefully, maybe next year they'll listen to that feedback. Although I don't know where we register that feedback, Alex, or maybe the chat can help with that perhaps as well. Where we, it seems like a bit.
I mean, if it's juniors and event related, I'd send it to Ian and Kevin, right? Because I mean, I assume Kevin's still organises all the junior events.
I assume so. Yeah, I assume so.
I'd say Kevin's always the first person I'd go to for that, and he can point to the right person.
In your day, was there just one weekend for Welsh Junior Championships?
I think there would be two, because you'd have the option of playing under 16 and 18. So they'd have one where it was like, I don't know, under 10s, 13s, and 16s, and then another one where it was like different age groups.
Yeah,
so two, but yeah, like every kid would be at both, because you'd have sometimes you'd be like top of your age group, sometimes you'd be bottom.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But then I think what they used to have is you can still have all these junior events, but every junior event doesn't have to be the Welsh Under-9 Championships. You can have the Welsh Under-9 Championships, and then the Under-9. We used to have the Grand Prix back in the day. We'd have like qualifying events and a final. And that's different. It doesn't all have to be a national championship.
Yeah, it feels very much at the moment. It's kind of like a reactive kind of event to, we must put on something for the juniors. Let's put this on here, rather than maybe taking a whole yearly plan of what should happen for the junior tournaments. And I like the Grand Prix. To be honest, I actually like the Grand Prix when it was catered for adults as well.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, because it was obviously not just adults and juniors as well. Everybody was in it together. And if you played in like the major section across a number of Welsh tournaments, what was your highest score out of so many tournaments and everything? That actually was a thing. And I actually remember looking at that thinking, because I wasn't in the Opens at that point, thinking, this is great. Travel to a couple more and, I'll be up there with some people. Because when you, obviously winning some minor section or something like quite a few times. Okay, obviously Welsh Premier League coming up there as well, and under 1850 the day after, March 2nd and 3rd. But then this is the one that I really want to push, and I'm really hoping the chat can kind of help with this too. The Welsh Primary Schools Rapid Play Championships and the Welsh Secondary Schools Team Rapid Play Championships in Cardiff Business School, which looks like a new venue, I assume, not been used before. I put a post on the Facebook Chess in Wales Facebook group, trying to get people to do some stuff and just share it. I think this is a great event to push because it really will cater for complete grassroots chess. If you've got some children that are, let's say they're playing with some chess pieces over lunchtime, there might be 3 or 4 of them together. A parent could easily bring them to this tournament to compete in it. And okay, they're going to lose most of their games against anybody that's professional. But if you get quite a lot of children that are like that from the schools, like right at the very beginner basic kind of level, you get a critical mass of children that you can then work with. And okay, some are going to drop out, some are going to stay. But I think that this event on the 16th and the 17th, it really is the event for us to push as a group and as a team, using all the parent power that we can. Anybody with any links to any schools, make sure they're getting the message out about these tournaments, because I mean, I think it's fantastic because this is something that was done back in your day, Alex.
Yeah, it was always, a big event as well. Like all the schools took it pretty seriously, and it's one where you wouldn't get people saying, I might not play. Like everybody played in it, and there was a ton of schools. We used to play up in Merthyr, and the hall would be full, basically. Of teams. Obviously back then it was still predominantly juniors, but the seniors would still have a good entrance as well.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't think it's run for quite some time actually, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
so I think it's good to see it back.
It wasn't like Tim Kett used to run it at Cardiff City Stadium or something like that.
So that's the same thing? Different event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was also a great event though, and I don't know what it was called, but yeah, this has always existed.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is about this is it's not an individual event. So if somebody comes and loses some games, and it's kind of lessens the impact a little bit for them, that it's a team event rather than an individual thing where you're just turning up by yourself. You're turning up with your friends from school. You've got to be from the same school, and then was it £20 per team for 4 children? That's not very much at all for basically a day that lasts from 12 and ends at 5:30. I mean, you try and get now. It's not going to be. You try and entertain your children for 5.5 hours, many parents will jump at this opportunity I'm going to have to wait in the wings. I can't just leave them there. But if I can occupy my child from 12 till 5:30, we should sell that point. That's probably the biggest selling point of this event. Chess takes a long time, right? and you should sell that to parents because they jump on that opportunity. If they realize just how long they can occupy their children for.
She's just saying it's cheap childcare, right?
Well, it's not childcare because we're not looking after them, are we? It's. I did actually. I don't know if you saw. So I get the dead leg there. I actually tweeted Carol Vorderman to see if she'd do something about Welsh chess, and if she ever replies to me, then I'll point you in the direction of this tournament. to see what she says. But this looks great.
She replies to me. I guarantee she's not going to reply to you, John.
No, she's not going to reply to me. She's far too political on her Twitter feed, which and she does bash quite a lot of people actually, which is quite funny. Okay, just having a quick look at the chats. Okay, right. Okay, so let's go back to the calendar. Obviously, the Welsh Championships. This is the big one. I'm pretty sure I saw Mr. Adams put a comment in the chat last week that he was just about to open up entrance, being able to enter the Welsh Championships, which is very naughty of him because I've been refreshing this calendar every day, trying to make sure I'm the first one in. Right, they're trying to get in all the time, and
I've got the answer to that question.
Oh, go on.
So Mark knows that you're playing 4NCL on the weekend. So what he's going to do, he's going to wait for your game to start on the Saturday, and he's going to put the link up so it's open, and you'll be there. And then someone, I'll finish hopefully before you. I'll get to my room. I'll get an exit before you.
Yeah, because I mind you, I don't know if you're going to finish before me. It'll be somebody else that finishes first because me and you both tend to have long games, don't we? So,
true.
Yeah, deliberately so. Okay, and then the week after that, tandem tournament. I mean, and hand and brain tournament. I really like the fact that they're starting to mix up some of these things. I mean, we've known about that for some time, and all the other dates here seem to be pretty similar. Although the Limerick one, the European Schools tournament over in Ireland, that's been a few people asking me about that. About should we go? Should we not go? I'd recommend you should go if it's in Ireland. It's the closest it's going to be. And then the big event of the year, apart from the Welsh Championships, is the South Wales International. And FIDE did just bring something out, Alex. Did you see the article?
Yes.
Let me just try and load it up, actually. Because I think it's on Chessbase. There's Chessbase out an article.
I saw it from Loz Cooper sharing it on Facebook, which is how I see basically everything.
To be honest, I just get all your information from Loz Cooper's Facebook profile.
You can get football, chess, you get all the news you possibly want from Loz.
Yeah,
the man.
He is. I don't know where it is. It must be on FIDE's website, actually. Top news. Let's see if that's on there. Oh, something about Magnus Carlsen, but he's not even the world champion anymore. Who cares? Okay, if we can find it, then we'll bring it in at some point later on, maybe. But I can't find it at the moment.
It's the FIDE support, isn't it? Which the South Wales International usually gets. And there's been a bit of outrage about it this year because they've announced it today, and they're giving tournaments 1 week to apply for it, basically.
But I did see a comment on that. Okay, so this is basically funding so that people like us here in Wales that doesn't have many funds can run a tournament of this caliber where we can invite grandmasters in and pay them some sort of fees to play and things. That's basically what this money is for. But I think the organisers of the events, did they have knowledge before today, before the announcement that they were going to get this funding? Or have they literally only got 1 week to apply for it and then that's it?
I suppose maybe the ones who have had it previously might have got a heads up, but I know somebody basically wanting to appeal for it for a tournament, they were starting up and only finding out they have a week to kind of put together a proposal. So but I mean, hopefully the South Wales International will get it. So I think that's what makes it the standout is that you get the GMs coming along, and then the more GMs you get, the more sort of English and foreign players you get across, and it just makes it a less ordinary event. When that happens, and then it entices you to come down, and obviously that's a treat
entice me to come down. And okay, and always good to see the Newport Congress advertising nice and early in August as well. Book your weekend off, people. Okay, well, let's move on to the ratings because we didn't have ratings last week, which is it's a positive thing because I did check this a couple of days ago and I couldn't see them. So nice to see the ratings being updated. Well done for the people working in the background there. It's all volunteer run. Do I have to click on new?
Yeah,
I do. Okay. Oh,
even though it doesn't help me anymore, I'll still. It
doesn't help you anymore, so I'll click on it. Okay, so Jose's still at the top, even though he's dropping 11. Some minor changes here. Alexa's dropping 9. I'm dropping 7, but there's also more things. Tim's the main gainer then, really, at the moment. Oh, does that mean he's overtaken you then?
Oh yeah. He overtook me right in the first game in January.
But he's not overtaken you on one critical part there, though, has he? So he's only played 10 games.
Really? Oh, yeah, he hasn't played for a while. Yeah, he hasn't played for a couple of weeks, apparently.
That'll be why then.
Makes sense.
Okay, well, good to see. Okay, this is when there's some major changes, I'm sure. Maybe a few weeks' time, we've got foreign CL going on there and things like that. Things will start to change, and these numbers here will start to increase, especially if Jose's playing and you're playing in a week's time. So you'll have an extra like 7 games in a couple of weeks' time to go on there, won't you? At least.
Yeah, I think
maybe league chess as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at the biggest gainers first. And surprise, surprise, there's a lot of juniors up there. That's what this blue highlight means. Although I'm pretty sure we've seen some of the juniors who are like 20 years old sometimes, so be highlighted in blue. But okay, Martin Blackman Siegler, 149 points already, gaining from a not that low starting point, but for a junior, but coming on to it new. Good to see some adults though mixing it in. Patrick, John, and Kevin. Well done, guys, gaining loads of points at the moment. Especially John, seeing as he's 1532. He's the highest rated out of everybody here at the moment. Only Christian, who wasn't he a previous winner of this with the amount of points gained? Christian,
I think so. He did gain a lot one year,
and he's still gaining 65 after 7 games. So that's pretty good going. But I would probably say John Tucson's been the best so far.
Yeah, I mean he's just got his first FIDE rating of like high 1800s after that tournament as well.
Oh wow, fair play, John. Okay, so we'll see how this develops. Obviously, lots more games going to be played and being added on. But the one that we all want to know about is who has played the most games. Is it still Mr. Brown?
He had quite a gap, didn't he? He had quite a gap.
It is. Oh, look at that. Whew. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say the person in third place name because it's just going to get clipped, isn't it, into a video and then repeated again at some point. But Tom Brown, Sam Dukes, and gaining rating is Josh McKenna, all tied on 20 games. This is the one that we're all looking out for. Who can play the most games in the 6-month period, starting from Jan the 1st, going up to June the 30th, or however many days there are in June. Yeah. And then Steve Williams, surprise name. Do we know Steve Williams?
Well, a bit of history for you. Steve Williams, the record holder.
Oh, is he?
So Mr. Dukes pulled together a table before of the most games, and in one 6-month period, he played I think 113 games.
Whoa!
So yeah, he's the man, Steve Williams. He always
plays. 113 games of chess in 6 months. I think that's more than I've played in like 5 years, possibly. Maybe it depends. Maybe less than that. Okay, well, these 4 are very close, and Steve dropped a game somewhere, clearly gaining some rating as well, which is quite nice too. And you're going to be quite active though over these next couple of weeks, Alex. So I'm not quite going to just count you out just yet, as well too. Even though you're
to be honest, I imagine I'll probably hit top spot at some point in maybe March, but then I think I don't think I can keep it going for 6 months because April, May, June, I don't think I'll play much. So it'll Josh McKenna will always play, won't he? Fly past me.
He's just a legend, isn't he? That's the if you enjoy playing chess, then play some more of it. And we'll see how this develops over the coming weeks as we see who's going to win this month's most played games title. So that's the calendar and the ratings taken care of. We do have some Welsh players in action over the last weekend. Ignore the adverts on chess results; it's really annoying. But I have to kind of click on England and then basically search down here. So what rapid plays just happened? There was.
I didn't see any. I only know one tournament last weekend, but it was not.
Which one was it?
Kidlington happened.
Kidlington.
There was a few Welsh players, quite a few actually. Yeah.
This is the problem though with chess results now, right? Is that
you have to click view more tournaments.
Yeah, back in the day, everything used to be just at the top though, didn't it? If something was from like last weekend, you'd know it'd be round about here.
So you're saying there's too many tournaments in England. This is your complaint, right?
I'm not complaining about too many tournaments. Too many tournaments listed on chess results is what I'm complaining about, I think, because I have to filter through all of these. Okay, so this would have been Rapid Play, Cambridge International. I had a look at Cambridge's coming up as well. Any Welsh players playing in this coming up?
I didn't see any Welsh flags last time I looked. But...
Big events.
You know what? I was actually going to play this Cambridge, and then I saw they did accelerated pairings. I was like, "Oh, sod that."
Yeah, I mean,
accelerated pairings, like it's how to ruin a tournament. It's utterly pointless because they say, "Oh, it avoids mismatches in round 1." You just get them in round 3 instead. It's just brainless. Like it's utterly like I refuse to play accelerated pairing tournaments. So.
I would have been really interested in it if they'd done staggered entry. So like where they up to a certain week, if you're over 2,300, you can enter. Then 2 weeks later, if you're over 2,200, then later to over 2,100. But they just opened it up straight away to everybody. So I know that
it's an open, John. It's not a closed.
Correct. Thank you for that.
And also, none of those top players would they're all probably getting paid. And they're only getting paid because they're subsidized by the lower rated players.
This is true.
Because I think it's cheap to enter, so yeah.
Okay, so Kiddlington was won by Marcus Harvey. Any Welsh players here? We had Nigel and Sam, who probably had the tournament to forget by the looks of things. Although he did play the person who came third. Who came third? Sam. Trisha, well, she's a good player. Trisha and Tarun, brother and sister from Ireland. She did have the same FIDE rating as her brother at one point, although I think Tarun's the better player. But they're just constantly playing all the time, playing online. You're just not going to be able to. They're just so active, it's just ridiculous. And here we had in the major though, we had Paul Hatchett as the number 1 seed. See how this turned out, and he came second. Okay, well, as the number 1 seed doesn't mean that you're going to win it. But well done to Paul for getting the second there. So he lost to number 9, Marcus Gosling, in the second round, and then won the rest of his games. Well done, Paul. Took half a point off me in the Welsh Championships last round. Paul did.
I remember.
Yeah, just after
it was the round after you lost to Tom Brown, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And I was like, well, actually, I've messed this opening up, and I want to go home with my 3-4 hour drive home. So I offered him a draw and got out of there. It's like Elliot got 3 points. Mr. McKenna with 2.5 points there. Draw, loss, win, loss. Oh, so he might have been at the top. So he lost to the person who came 4th. So he would have been on 3.5 had he won his last game, Josh. So he wasn't too far away. Elliot lost his last game as well to Paul.
Oh, to Paul.
So it was
good.
a Welsh
Welsh players play each other on high board.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Although I'll pick up and say I think Paul should be playing the Open. To be honest.
Yeah, I think.
If he plays Welsh Championships, and he had a good Welsh Championships last year, what's he hiding in the major for?
What's he hiding in the major? They haven't got the flags on this one, which is annoying. So I'm not going to go any further there. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a rapid play going on somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but we'll pull that up next week if we need to, if there's any good Welsh performances. But the other thing I do know is that the juniors were in action again. So if we go here in the European Youth Online National League, and we had Estonia this time. I've got no idea whether these ratings are accurate or not, but we got beaten 4.5, 1.5. But I think obviously Lucas got a good draw there, but I think Bent's had a really nice finish to his game actually that I was shown.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I saw it on a WhatsApp group. And actually, if you look at the ratings there, 17-18, he beat somebody 2047 with black as well. So it's a good opportunity to get some positive results.
I mean, he's been on good form, Ben. So I'm kind of I'm pretty sure my next league match would be against him. So I'm kind of intrigued to see. I think
he could be dangerous. He could kind of follow in Ethan and Ewan Cave and Hugo Fowler's kind of footsteps and start really challenging at the top. And I think there's a few of them there who could do that. They just have to keep putting the performances in at the Open. But this, I'm guessing, what's the best one to look at? Ranking cross table?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that looks like right. So top of the shop are Ukraine, a debut chess school. I don't know what that means. England A and then England B have both dropped points. England A lost to Ukraine. Did that just happen? Is that round 4? No. Oh, that's England B. Ah, there we go. England.
Yeah.
So this was the top of the table clash. So, oh no, England lost. Oh dear. What a shame.
Yeah, they got battered.
They did get battered, and
Like, you
you'd be
wouldn't expect
surprised.
anyone her age, right?
I mean, this is
It's like
female under 10. She got beaten by Anna Horodna online. That is a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah.
5-1 is just an absolute drubbing. I mean, even I mean, okay. I mean, she's completely outright rated. At least Dyson is 21.52. Although I don't. Jude is quite active. Outrated his opponents. Wow. Okay. Well. Oh dear, England's entered 2 teams. Well, your second team won 5-1 against the Dutch Federation. So that's a positive thing. But okay, we'll keep track of this. It's an online chess, so it's not obviously great, but it's better than nothing for them. And we move on to local leagues. So Johan's got no games to show us, even though he happily won his game, Alex. What happened in your local league game? Is there anything interesting and exciting or not?
Well, it was a club championship game I played last night. I think that was the 6th one I've played now. So I think Josh McKenna has nearly played everyone. He's just like he has to beg people for games, but still easy enough for me to get them. I mean, I can. It's quite quick. I can show it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? We might as well get some chess on there.
I mean, I guess it could be interesting because of how it came about. We can see my screen.
Let me just put it on. We can now.
Is it big enough?
I'm just going to make it a bit bigger. There we go.
Do I need to zoom in at all?
No, you're good.
Right.
Unless the chat tells you to.
Yeah, so we tossed for colours on the night, and after a couple of blacks, I got back to getting white in my club championship games, which is good. Always want to win the toss, and I was playing a guy, and he's actually Chris Enoch's dad, so I think he maybe does some chess with his son. So I thought he might know some openings. So what I'll do is I'll just get my pieces out and ask him to play chess. Let's go B3.
Sorry, what was his rating again?
He's just under 1300.
Okay.
I played in the club championship last year, and he's for most of the time, he played really, really well. Just made a mistake in an endgame. So, he's not a bad player at all, but obviously someone I should be beating. Bishop B2, and he goes Bishop G4, which is, fine, but I guess you kind of have to know what you're doing. So on E3, and he went C5, and I feel like Bishop G4 and C5 don't really work so well together. If you want to play Bishop G4, then probably C6,
yeah,
and E6, and the Carlsbad structures more of the way to play. But it's not the end of the world. But after H3 here, so he plays Bishop H5, which I think is just bad. And I guess the whole point is again giving him choices to make every turn. He says, do I want to take on F3? Do I want to play Bishop H5? Do I want to go to maybe Bishop D7, Bishop F5, etc.? And I think you kind of have to take on F3 once you've committed Bishop G4 and C5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think quite quickly played Bishop H5. The point is the Bishop now, long term, it'll be quite good on G6, but he might not get a long term because of sort of the squares that you've left a bit weaker around your king. So I went straight in Bishop B5 check. No, I didn't. I went G4 first.
You went G4?
Yes. So this is my thing. I'm trying to play more aggressive chess at the moment.
Oh, Alex, that's disgusting.
I know. It's only a trial.
Dirty words like aggressive. Ugh. No, you don't want to do that.
Joe Vitale keeps encouraging me, and it annoyingly it works. So we'll see. He goes Bishop G6.
Joe, if you're listening after this or during, please don't do this. This is bad.
But look, it's good chess. And now he goes Knight BD7, which is kind of natural, but already he's in kind of big trouble here. And if you think it does,
G5, Knight E5.
Yeah, both are fine, but I played G5 straight away. And again, the problem is just that this knight it isn't defended enough. It's pinned. Knight e5's come in. It's got a lot of problems in the position.
Just about got bishop f5, hasn't he, defending it?
Yes. So knight e4 comes and knight e5. Let's see. Ton of threats here. So he has bishop f5. Now queen f3. And it's pretty nasty already. Like here, he kind of has to go knight d6.
Yeah.
But it's just a free pawn.
Oh, God. He
So
can't take the bishop.
No, so it's not super nice. And yeah, I mean, he won't even get much comp for it. I mean, his bishop's going to be inferior to mine. So, but you know, a pawn down you can play, and I guess you just go for broke and try and make something happen. I guess you can argue my king's never going to be fully safe. So there's always some hope. But here my opponent went bishop e6.
Oh.
And yeah, it's just over. Bishop takes d7 check. And he did play on. He played queen takes d7, but the game is virtually over.
Resigns there.
If bishop takes, obviously queen takes f7. And yeah, I mean, it's just one piece for the queen, and probably has worse pieces as well. Once I get his knight back, so
just make you play on for an extra hour, just to
yeah. I mean,
make it worthwhile coming.
I think it was an hour actually. But we analysed for ages, and then I helped him prep. And then I helped him prep for his league match tonight. So you know,
oh, really?
It was all yeah. He just said, "Oh, can we have a look at this opening?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not? Let's go for it." So.
Because I mean, okay, I think you did quite well there though, because that's the kind of opponent though where you know, if you get just a normal opening, then you're gonna have to outplay them in the middle game. But you actually did quite a number of things really good there, like playing h3, asking questions really early on what you're gonna do, and if you get somebody that just is a little unsure, they just take the wrong decision, and then all of a sudden it's just game over, isn't it? And it's quite nice.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where, you know, I guess historically, maybe if I bash out loads of theories, I say if you get someone who's a quote weaker player or a lower rated player, and if in a game, maybe it's a 40 move game, and you give them 5 difficult decisions to make, there's a good chance they can get 5 difficult decisions correct. If it's a 40 move game, you give them 20 difficult decisions to make. If they get 20 right, they're obviously a much better player. They're not a weaker player than you. They're a good player. So I think the more chances you give them to go wrong, the more decisions they have to make, the more likely you're going to, you know, catch them out at some point.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you this game, just really as a bit of a rant, really, about how Title Tuesday is just, you know, and ratings just don't really matter at all. So my rating was, 2288 at this point. I think I'd lost a load of games. I was over 2400 at one point back in the summer, I think, when I was playing all the time. And my opponent's still at an FM, but he's rated 2600. So he's like 400, well, nearly, let's say 530 points or 20 points difference to me, which is a big amount, really, when you look at it. It's quite a lot. Sorry, did I do the maths completely wrong then, didn't I? 330 points. It's still a lot of points. And you'd expect somebody rated that high to absolutely destroy you. But I thought, okay, well, I'll play and do some crazy stuff. And I play the trump, and I don't know what I'm doing. But it's kind of Queen's Gambit-y, isn't it? So I thought, I'll pin again and see what happens. And I just thought I'll just play some chess.
I quite like this approach, actually, yeah.
But I was surprised here just how good my position is. I didn't even have a clue what I was doing. White's position is amazing here. I was just like looking out, like I'm just going to attack this guy on c6 and see what happens. And then,
yeah, okay. I mean, the way I see it, it's basically a Nimzo, but your bishop's on g4 instead of like blocked in somewhere. Like, yeah, it's pretty nice.
I was loving this, thinking this is great. And I kind of mess up a little bit because I go a bit aggressive here, and then he takes, and I thought he was going to play f6 at some point, but I allow him to play e5. Ooh. But then I come up with a really nice tactic, actually. It's around this area. Okay, so I mess up here. I'm going wrong, but we've both got like plenty of time on the clock. And then here at this point, I just find a really nice move. So white to play in this position. People in the chat, what can you see? What can you see? Alex, if you answer it first, then you get it first. It's not a great move or anything like that, but it's just It's just a nice tactic associated with it, you know. By all means, chat. You can talk about rating changes all day because it kind of like gives us some report on Twitch or something like that about, oh, you got loads of people chatting. Well done. So it makes me feel good when I see that report at the end.
Knight h5.
Knight h5 looks like a good move. He doesn't have to take though,
because then it threatens g4, right?
Oh, maybe king f7 then.
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
This type of tactic was I've seen it a few times happen in games, and top level players have missed this type of tactic. Automod stopped somebody chatting. Yes, Sam, you've beaten Alex to it. Thank you. And I assume that you've seen the rest of it because you saw the start. So the move here was boom, nice. Which caught him off by surprise. He was like, whew, how could this lowly 2288 see such a tactic?
I'm impressed you've seen that in Blitz, actually. That's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it took me 10 seconds to see it by the looks of things. But after queen takes knight, if that happens, then I've got rook e8 check. So you can't take the rook because I take the queen. When he moves the king, I then take the queen. The rook is pinned to the other rook. You pin through a piece that's can unpin. Yeah, and I'd be an exchange up. But I actually maybe think here that bishop takes c2 though.
I was just thinking I'd take black
maybe,
in this position.
Maybe I'm in a bit of danger here. Maybe that d-pawn's looking pretty dangerous.
That would be a very John thing to do, right? Unleash an awesome tactic and then just, bishop takes c2.
But he didn't take it anyway. He got himself into some time trouble. Look how much time he uses. Minute 7. He went down to 25 seconds. So he must have been completely taken aback by this. And actually, I think, okay, I'll just win an exchange because that's with check. And here at this point, I'm winning, right?
Agreed, yeah.
Okay, I appreciate his pawns are far forward, but I am just winning. And
not easily, but
not easily,
definitely
no.
winning, yeah.
And it's just really annoying. And this is the difference between me being on form or playing Blitz regularly and people that, if I ever wanted to get to 2500, 2600, you win this easily. And this is the annoying thing. It's just basically because of time, I just start playing some stupid moves and silly things happen. I make loads of mistakes. I don't know why I allow this d pawn to come forward. Yeah. But the thing is, I even get some checks around his king. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. And I think I just lose on time here. Because I can't move fast.
No, I mean, you're still better.
Probably. I didn't even dare to look at it on the computer because I was so annoyed with myself. I don't think I've analysed it yet.
I would argue that there's no need to really be like annoyed, right, at losing a Blitz game. Because if you think about it, the opening was good, even though it's not your opening, and you outplayed him for the important part of the game. So you played good chess and then you lost because you don't have much time. So I would take positives and say, well, yeah, it's annoying, but at the same time, I'm playing good chess.
And this will go on to Chess Space as well, won't it? So there'll be another trump.
It will. Another trump for your collection.
To get people to prepare for. So yeah, I just thought that was quite interesting. Just, Blitz skills are just completely different sometimes to actual chess playing, which I think is important. Okay, I think we're probably going to finish up quite a bit earlier today, but I think the last point on our little chat here is where to watch online chess now or over the board chess now, because Chess 24 is basically gone. There is no more Chess 24. I've actually uninstalled the app. So what do we do? Where do we go?
Well, I mean, I think the worst thing was because they announced it was going to be closing down. And recently I typed Chess24 and I had the link still and I clicked it and it just directed me to chess.com and I was furious. I was like, not impressed. Because it was really good for watching, especially things like 4NCL, because you have the whole team and you can see the evaluation bars of the whole team in one go.
Yeah.
So I was a big fan of it. And now, I know they have them somewhere, live games on like chess.com and live chess, right? But it's really...
Well, let's go to watch then, and let's go to what's going on right now. I
feel like it only has American events on there, and then you have to go searching for other stuff. Like it has all this stupid online rapid play they all have that no one cares about.
I don't like the flippancy, but I completely agree with everything you're saying. I do not care about this.
It's like okay,
thing.
Great. There's a couple of new people in it, but it's the same old riff-raff playing each other. It's like we've done it now. Look, it was Carlton, Faruja, Carlton. Oh, that's exciting. Like, come
on. It's all over here on the right.
Neto and Giri, they've never played each other before.
Yeah.
See, it goes on forever. Like, okay, what other events are on? See, just pure spam.
So where's the rest of the events then?
Well, exactly.
How do I get to the rest of the events here? What do I do?
To be honest, I'd say Chester.com's the worst place to watch it. Like,
so I got this way.
It's not an end list. Chess24 used to have a huge list, and you could scroll all the way down. And here it's like upcoming events, the candidates. Yeah, okay, but what about other stuff? Like, what
about the 4NCL Div 1 and 2? Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, when the South Wales International's on, where will those games be? Probably not on chess.com.
So, I mean, can you watch on Lichess?
Well, so I see a comment in the chat from Jukesy saying they updated their broadcast and he thinks it's a bit better.
Let's have a little look.
So that might be the way to go. But yeah, this is what we want. People in chat actually throw ideas, because I just don't know where to start now if I want to follow events.
So where do we go? Watch broadcasts, I'm guessing.
Okay, here we are. We have some Premier Division Chess League. We have a tournament in Uruguay. Okay, at least they've got
Women's Championship. Let's click on this. Let's see what's going on. So we're currently on round 4. Oh, it must be off at the moment. Oh, playing right now. So how do we see the games?
Try round 3, maybe, if it's finished.
Oh, games.
Oh, games, yeah.
Obviously, games. Thanks, Jukesy. Yes,
he's done
he has done me. South Wales International should all be live boards, yes. And yeah, I think the live boards would be great, and we should even start trying to get I don't know, that the one thing about the Welsh Championships that I'd love to do is I'd love to actually be commentating on the Welsh Championships and really giving it something, like going around a live board, demo board, in the centre of Cardiff. But it's never going to happen because I'm always going to want to play, which is annoying. So maybe you have to wait for 20 years so I get too old. So therefore I have to do the commentary. Okay, these are all finished, which is a shame, but it's not that bad actually to watch, is it?
It's okay. The only thing I guess I miss is I used to like going on a tournament and you already have the evaluation bar before you even click into the game on Chess24.
Yeah.
And I think you probably can't compete with it. It was just the best. But look, it's got 4NCL there. The Live Chess already wins. Forget chess.com, guys.
Just in case chess.com wants to sponsor the...
No, forget
them. Forget it. They're never coming.
Just so everyone knows that the Audible checks will be on live boards both Saturday and Sunday at 4NCL. So
will we on both days?
Yes. So this is a pattern that we have. So we're not live and then live, not live. We were not live for round 4, so we're now live.
So hang on a minute. Where would people need to go though? Because this says here 4NCL Division 1.
Yep, and then the other one.
We're there.
Division 2.
So
it always lists Division 2 first because it knows we're more important.
Right. Okay. And, so we can actually.
We'll be
click on round 5 here maybe, and then go copy this link, right? And then maybe, right, I'll put that in the chat. Let me put that in the chat.
Right? Save this, guys.
Save that. 2 o'clock, 2:05. Click that little link. Click on games. Find the audible checks, and find the moment when I give a check at the start of the game. Because at that moment, you can imagine that I will say check really quite loudly compared to what you're meant to say check at that point. If I don't give a check early on in the game, I'm going to be very disappointed. I might just give a check just for the sake of giving the check, even if it's a bad move.
Is that okay? I approve.
Is that okay? Yeah, you approve. Good. Okay. And then, round 6 will be on the Sunday, which is 11 a.m., which would be good. Okay, Alex, anything else that we should, or chat, anything else that we should discuss for Welsh Chess, or are we just about wrapping up and done now?
For me, I think it's wrapped up and done. It feels like the calm before the storm in terms of stuff going on the chess scene. And, I think what everyone wants, John, is, I know you showed a league match. Everyone wants you to come next week with a 4NCL game that's suitable to be shown on stream.
Suitable to be shown.
Well, because Johan, whether or not he plays ones, we can't rely on Johan for content, right? Because if Johan goes, I played 2 great games, I'll take up the whole stream, then he doesn't turn up. We need some plans. So, you need to play some good chess, some nice audible checks, and you can come tell a little story on stream, show the game, tell us where the checks happened. That's what the fans want to see.
I'll do my best, but they'll already would have seen the game because they'll be watching at the weekend, won't they?
They will, but you can, and then because they've seen it, you can go deeper into giving us all a bit of a coaching session.
The problem, what will happen though, is that the stream will break down on Saturday because all of the Welsh Chess Chat followers will start watching our games, and it'll get so hot that the wires going into the boards, they'll just spontaneously combust probably and just fail.
Well, yeah, that might
happen.
So if that does happen, then Jose's probably playing in Division 1, guys. So, if you have to,
go and watch Jose in Division 1, yeah.
Jose will be playing GMs, but we encourage you to watch us against, audibly checking people.
Yeah. Okay, right. Well, apart from that, thanks very much, everybody, for watching and talking in chat. Hope you've had a good chin wag, and by all means, you can continue doing so for as long as you want. Although I think it ends when I end the stream, but great to see that it's a good and that's the whole point though of this Welsh Chess Chat, is to share information, have a discussion about Welsh chess, make sure people know about what events are coming up. So if you do have an event, if it's not listed on the Welsh calendar, I think the Aberystwyth Rapid Play is not listed actually. We didn't mention that. Isn't that in a week and a half's time as well, the Aberystwyth Rapid Play?
Correct, yes. Yeah,
so the thing is, chat's open 24/7. Great, you stay and have a chat. That's fine. But it's meant to be a community kind of sharing of information area. So by all means, please use it for that, and make sure if there's something that we don't know about, please make sure that we know about it. You can email us welshchesschat@gmail.com, and Johan won't read it, Alex won't read it. I will most likely read it, and therefore put it on chat, put it on this next stream. But thanks very much for joining us, everybody, and have a great one. And I'll see you after the weekend. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.